signori, buonasera e bentornati su GDD Sim Racing TV.
Buonasera signore e signori, buonasera amici di GDD Sim Racing TV.
Siamo qui per un evento molto particolare organizzato da URT.
Io sono Edoardo Pavoni e questa sera vi accompagnerò appunto per questo Gran Premio di...
essere polla questa ed è polla, divento di promo
termine della qualifica e lo fa subito. Pole position 1.57 369
vediamo, ed è pole position 54 257.
Cosa arriva adesso sul traguardo Provò per rimanere secondo.
È partito molto bene, è partito anche Nossa, anche prende subito la scia.
Si parte bandiera verde, adesso Sartor è quasi affiancato, ma un buonissimo spunto di
Francesco acquista pace, percorre il rettilineo, inizia a spanalare.
Kevin Taddei vince Christmas Event GDD Sim Racing TV.
As a child, you would wait and watch from far away, but you always knew that you'd be the one that would while they all play. And you'd lay awake at night and scheme of all the things that you would change, but it was just a dream from dust. From dust.
Signori, buonasera e bentornati su GDD Sim Racing TV.
Buonasera signore e signori, buonasera amici di GDD Sim Racing TV.
Siamo qui per un evento molto particolare organizzato da URT.
Io sono Edoardo Pavoni e questa sera vi accompagnerò appunto per questo Gran Premio di...
essere polla questa ed è polla, divento di promo
termine della qualifica e lo fa subito. Pole position 1.57 369
vediamo, ed è pole position 54 257.
Cosa arriva adesso sul traguardo Provò per rimanere secondo.
When
partito molto bene, è partito anche Nossa, anche prende subito la scia.
Si parte bandiera verde. Si parte bandiera verde. Adesso Sartore quasi affiancato, ma buonissimo spunto di
Francesco acquista pace, percorre il rettilineo, inizia a spanalare.
Kevin Taddei vince Christmas Event GDD Sim Racing TV.
As a child, you would wait and watch from far away. But you always knew that you'd be the one that would while they all play. And you'd lay awake at night and scheme of all the things that you would change, but it was just a dream from dust. From dust.
And good evening everyone and welcome to the first round of the Women Championship 2022. I am Edoardo Pavoni and today I'm gonna help you to see this first round of this special championship. Tonight I'm not lonely, but there's no the usual Andrea Fretti in the director zone, but we have Alessandro Caccioli. Good evening, Alessandro.
Good evening, Edoardo. It's a pleasure to be with you tonight to see these guys or these girls racing again for this magnificent championship.
Yeah, it's the first time you comment in this championship. I think, or maybe you were the third one in a few rounds ago. By the way, you have to train with the pronouns. I struggled too in the first few rounds, but there's no problem. We'll take time. So we are going through qualifying now, right?
Yeah, we are in the qualify at the moment. We are observing. I'm sorry, but Witcher. I think it's the correct pronunciation. So let me a minute to the transit. Okay, we are here with Witcher. Is probably in the launch lap of the first fastest lap for this evening. We are seeing 13 girls in the leaderboard, so probably the other are actually at the pit. Eduardo, you should see all now.
Not now.
Okay, now.
Okay, by the way, I'm looking to the live right now, so take your time to solve the problem. By the way,
We are here.
arriving.
Okay. There were a little problem in the first time. So Eduardo is with us again.
Yeah, I'm back. So, 10 minutes and a half of this qualifying session in Paul Ricard in the circuit, in the French circuit. Is a very long circuit. I mean, is at almost 6 kilometers of length with his 15 corners, and we all know it like a test circuit with also, for example, if I have to think about the reason why this circuit has been created was to make some testings and to try different cars. So as we can see, is a very modern one with all its colors and a particularly. I mean, it's very. I don't know how to say it in English. By the way, le vie di fuga.
Oh yeah, probably an asphalt way to out of the track, we can say. So there are a livery of blue, red, and black straight out of the track. That means that the drivers, when they come out of the track, won't be in the sand as well. So there will be an asphalt and tarmac again, and they can rejoin the track in a few seconds. I mean.
Yeah, I'm looking to the standings, and I think that we start qualifying with a huge. There is not the championship leader, Saradov. I'm looking. I don't know if she had some problem or not, but currently there is not. She is not in qualifying session, so this might be a very interesting race because she won all the races so far, 4 rounds, considering also the double race, and she won all of them. So today we might see a different race with a non-Saradov winner.
Absolutely, Eduardo, absolutely. I was looking at these two because Saradov is actually with 510 points, and this is the leader of the championship, as you said. She wins all the 4 races before Paul Ricard, and I think that she is the strongest driver in this championship because we have not ever seen a leader like Sarah and a driver like Sarah in the past years. So it could be a very, very tricky night, I think, and the championship could change a lot with this absence.
Yeah, of course, there are so many absences, to be honest, because we have only 13 drivers in this qualifying session, and now yellow flag for Sarah Johnson, who has made probably a mistake in 7th place, and now 7 minutes and a half remaining, so the drivers are gonna improve on their lap time. Currently in 1st place we have Olia Ator with 1:55.5, and she's still improving. We have seen another girl very quick in the last few rounds, that was Roberta Lesca, but she's not one of the luckiest drivers in history because she had several times the chance to win a race or at least to make the 2nd place, but I mean a lot of crashes and problems with other drivers that didn't make her results be like this. So she's currently 8th in the standings, and of course her performance wasn't the 8th one.
Absolutely. In the meantime, I need to apologize with all of the spectators of tonight because I wasn't there in the last races. So probably I will be not so updated in every topic of the last races, but I will try the best for the night. So apologize about that, but come back to the track because Ator is actually with 1:55 and 520 correction and 52 cents, and that's the leader of this qualify. We have Lesca, Roberta, as we said, is improving the lap. Is actually 7/10 down.
Ooh.
So probably there were probably a contact here.
Yeah, there was a contact in qualifying session with maybe a slower car, and that is not what she wanted. As I was saying before, she wasn't one of the luckiest driver in this grid in terms of contact during the race. Now also in qualifying, so nice improvement for Roberta. No, of course, we are all joking. We have 5 minutes and a half, and as I was saying in the previous round, Roberta was the 2nd fastest, and now. Ooh, yeah, she maybe she's a little bit nervous after that contact in the middle sector. Now she goes on the main straight, but I think she won't improve on a lap time. She stays 5th fastest, and as I was saying before, she was the 2nd fastest in several races. Then she didn't have the chance to take the result she deserved. And we will see tonight that Saradov isn't here with us. This is a huge opportunity for her, and we are seeing that also in the first few corners she's improving nearly 4 tenths, now 5 tenths. Oh, she's flying right now.
Exactly. I would like to say hi to all of you. We are a lot in the live. There is Rea, Valentina, so all of you tonight, thank you for watching again our channel. And then we have Ator. All the drivers are improving the lap at the moment, but Leska is again 8 tenths down. So Eduardo, it could be a very good lap.
Yeah, of course, it might be a very good lap, and she's going now through the middle sector where she had the contact in the previous lap. We will see. Also because Oliator is improving by nearly 3 tenths, so we might see a nice battle for pole position today, that the championship leader is absent and we don't know the reason why. We maybe will know it in the future. And Roberta Leska goes a little bit wide right there, and she's going now through the final sector. She lost a lot in that braking zone. She's only 1 tenth down. She lost nearly 7 tenths, and is not ideal. Maybe she also, I don't know, she slowed down a little bit too much, I think, Alessandro.
Probably she's trying to relaunch for the fastest lap, I think. But in this circuit, but all in the all of track, it's difficult to have a very nice fastest lap, Eduardo, because I think that when you are under the pressure of the qualify and you are improving a lot, if you watch at the delta time, probably you are going to lose a lot of seconds and tenths of seconds, Eduardo.
Yeah, of course. Now Roberta is trying again to take that lap at home, but I'd go with Oliator and Rea Palma, who are currently improving on their lap time, and we are going through the final sector, and it goes faster. Oliator in 1:55.4, but be careful also to Rea Palma, who's improving, might take pole position on the BMW drive. We are here with who is going through the final no, this is the middle sector with a long straight, Rea Palma. And I take a look also to Roberta Leska, because she's improving again by nearly 7 tenths, and might be the battle for pole between Roberta Leska and Oliato, who is still improving by 0.04 of a second. Now we are with Rea in second place, who lost quite a bit in the middle sector, but Olia is still improving. Roberta loses a bit, so might take the front row with her lap time if Rea Palma isn't improving like she's doing, but no, she slows down now, so maybe a mistake by Rea Palma, who is currently second. So I'd go with Roberta Leska, who is improving again by only 2 tenths. And this is strange, because her improve was like 8 tenths in the first sector, like the previous laps. But then in the final one, she loses a lot. All.
Yeah, Eduardo. She's a very
Oh.
turn around. She is a very beautiful first and middle sector, but in the last sector she loses a lot. So I think that probably at the moment she can't find the correct way to drive in the final sector, because we saw that in the final 3 laps she did a very lot of mistake. Also like Ator, that in the final corner has lost all of the 2 tenths of gain from her fastest lap, and now she's trying to relaunch again for a new lap. In the back of the leaderboard we have Edwards, that she is proving a lot, actually 9 tenths from her fastest lap, and now is on the first straight. Yeah, she has improved a lot her lap, Eduardo.
Yeah, nice improvement, but stays the 13th fastest. And now we're going through the final hot lap of the qualifying session with a mistake by Oliato. So she's not going to improve on her lap time, but we have Celine Wiche, who is improving by nearly 1 tenth in 4th place and might take the second row of this French Grand Prix, and Roberta Lesca takes the checkered flag and doesn't improve. That's incredible. That's incredible, because Roberta Lesca was, in the previous rounds, the second fastest, apart from Sardov, who is absent tonight. So, not the best qualifying session from Roberta Lesca, who has, of course, to try to gain as many positions as she can through the final few laps. And maybe it's even better, because we might have a nice race with all of overtakes and a lot of battles, but no one is improving apart from Celine Witcher by nearly 100, 200, but now she's not improving on the lap time, but she's leveled with a previous lap, like Pelletier in 6th place with Rhea Palma, who made a mistake and stays second fastest. So we'll see if Celine Witcher can make a miracle through the final corner to get at least the 3rd place. She goes a little bit wide, no, she goes into the pits and nothing to do. And even Pelletier stays there with, I think, Lee took 11th place on the Riots, and Ilbert is still improving, but by only 1/10.5, this is not gonna be enough to take that 12th place. So, Alessandro Oliator is on pole in front of Rhea Palma and Chiara Camoriano. 4th place for Celine Witcher, 5th place by Roberta Lesca, not a good qualifying. 6th Pelletier, 7th Johnson, 8th Bocenska, 9th Austin, 10th Pierce. So, we launch a little spot and then we go through this first amazing race in French.
Signore e signori, buonasera e bentornati su GDD Sim Racing TV. Qua in
Buonasera
cabina
signore e signori, buonasera amici di GDD Sim Racing TV.
Siamo qui per un evento molto particolare organizzato da URT.
Io sono Edoardo Pavoni e questa sera vi accompagnerò appunto per questo Gran Premio di
polla questa! Ed è polla! Divento di primo!
Termine della qualifica e lo fa subito. Pole position 1.57, 369. Rifila.
Vediamo, ed è pole position 54, 257.
Cosa arriva adesso sul traguardo? Provò per rimanere secondo.
Clemente è partito molto bene, è partito anche Nossa, anche prende subito la scia.
Si parte bandiera verde. Adesso Sartor è quasi affiancato, ma buonissimo spunto di
Francesco acquista pace, percorre il rettilineo, inizia a spanalare.
Kevin Taddei vince Christmas Event GDD Sim Racing TV.
As a child, you would wait and watch from far away. But you always knew that you'd be the one that would while they all play. And you'd lay awake at night and scheme of all the things that you would change, but it was just a dream from dust.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on this track. Paul Ricard, we are here for the first row of this 1 hour of race that we are going to see. In the first row we have Ator and Palma, then Camoriano, Witcher, Lesca, Jones, Pelletier, Johnson, Bokenska, Austin, Pierce, I think, for the first 10 drivers of the evening. We are here, I'm and Eduardo Pavoni. Eduardo.
Yeah, we have seen a nice qualifying. I mean, without the championship leaders or anything can happen today, because Saradov, who is absent tonight, has won all the races from the beginning of this women championship. I have to remember that the drivers are all women tonight, as you know, the previous round, so this is gonna be a very particular race like we've seen in the previous one. We will see. Also a nice battle, I think, because we had a nice qualifying session with other drivers that were very close to each other, and we've seen also Roberta Lisco, who was very fast in the first few sectors, but then she lost everything in the final one, and she didn't put her up on a qualifying session. So we will see if she will have the chance to regain some places for the podium, maybe for the win. But the contenders, I mean, are a lot in terms of pace, like we haven't seen in the previous one with a domination by Saradov.
Absolutely, it's sunny at the moment here in Paul Ricard. We do not expect any type of precipitation, so a very, very sunny day. Actually, the weather is good. We have 17 degrees of the air, and then 22 of the asphalt. So I think that the drivers at the moment are going to find a very optimum situation for the race. We have seen in the qualifying that all of the drivers had probably some problems to find the correct setup and the correct balancing of the car absolutely in the last sector of the track. So we're going to see if the strategy tonight will be the main topic to win a race, or if these drivers are going to fight and to fight a lot in the track.
I think they're going to fight a lot, because as we've seen in the previous round, these girls are very aggressive in terms of bagarre and battle on track. So I expect some nice battles too, even today. And we will see in a couple of seconds, because we are going now through the final sector of this French circuit of Paul Ricard, and then we will see what will happen today here with Oliato, who starts on pole, second place for Roberta Rea Palma, and third place for Chiara Camoriano. Sorry, today I'm struggling with the names, so sorry. And now we're going through the final sector. The drivers are still very close to each other, also on track like we've seen in qualifying, and we will see. The first corner will be on the left, so they'll have to be careful, because then there goes immediately to the right, and then the straight. So the start is gonna be a very important part of the race, but they don't win a race on the start, so they'll have to take to be careful in the previous moments of the race, Alessandro.
Exactly, Eduardo. So we have the BMW of Ato in the first position. Now we have the final corner. Out of this one will be on the right, then the main straight. So Eduardo, we are here.
Yeah, we're going to the start of this race. They're going through the final corner right now. Oliato followed by Rea Palma again and Chiara Camoriano in third place. Now they're slowing down because the green flag is gonna arrive soon, like we've seen the tifosi there on the right. But now we are going on the main straight, and there is the green light. So the race starts now with a great start by Oliato, followed by Rea Palma, who starts well. Then Chiara Camoriano is being attacked by Celine Wiche on the inside, and then goes around the outside, and then he takes the third place, Celine Wiche. But there is a contact right there. There is a contact. So anything happen, and Celine Wiche loses position, then goes cut the track. But then she goes into the back of Sarah Johnson. So now they're going 3 wide and goes wider than ever. Celine Witcher again with a mistake by her, not the great start, the start she wanted, and then Oliato stays in first place and she's gaining 7/10 of advantage on Rea Palma, who is followed by Chiara Camoriano by 1.3 seconds. We have seen a very difficult start, full of contact like in the previous rounds, but as I said before, Alessandro, these drivers are very, very aggressive.
Exactly, Eduardo, what an aggressive driver. We have now Sarah Johnson, 6th place for her. Now down to the straight, she takes the outside down on the long turn. I think it's going to be difficult for her to remain outside, and now we see she's pushing, but Pelletier is pushing as well, so she remains on the 6th position.
Yeah, the nice battle in this first lap of the race, really well managed by the two drivers who are still battling for that 5th place. Very, very nice and very fair by them, and there is a nice battle here behind for 5th place, not only between by Pelletier and Johnson, but also with Austin, Bocenska, which lead, but are all very close to each other. So I think, Alessandro, we're gonna see a very, very exciting race. Now it goes around the outside. Josie Austin on Sarah Johnson and takes that 6th place onto the final corner. She's gone very, very aggressive on the brakes.
Exactly, Eduardo. Johnson has opened the door, as we say in Italian, but in the meantime we are now with a stable situation. I think we can pick up for a moment in Italian. Ragazzi, buonasera a tutti voi italiani che ci state seguendo. Non abbiamo ancora donato un po' di secondi per il commento in italiano. Abbiamo visto delle qualifiche molto difficili dove le ragazze non sono riuscite a trovare magari il giro perfetto. Abbiamo visto molta difficoltà soprattutto con Roberta Lesca. Siamo qua, una partenza aggressivissima, quella di tutte le nostre pilotesse, come le potremmo chiamare. Abbiamo già visto anche le scorse volte che sono caratteristiche appunto di questi sim driver. Adesso andiamo per 57 minuti di gara, non ci aspettiamo né pioggia né brutto tempo, sarà una gara liscia, grip ottimale e soprattutto la temperatura è anche quella giusta per la gara, forse da un'ora direi, Edoardo, per cui andiamo a vedere se sarà la strategia la parola chiave della serata oppure se saranno i combattimenti. Qua abbiamo Roberta vicinissima a Camoriano. Edoardo, se vuoi dire qualcosa?
È molto molto vicina Roberta, che vuole prendersi subito la posizione sulla compagna di squadra. Tra l'altro contatto nell'ultima gara proprio tra loro due, non ideale. Comunque buonasera appunto anche al pubblico italiano e un applauso a Caccioli, Alessandro Caccioli, che questa sera per la prima volta in commento qui per the Women Championship. E attenzione però qui, because now I switch a little bit to in English, because we have a battle for 4th place with Roberta Lesca, who is attacked by Pelletier for 4th place. She's struggling a bit in the second part of the circuit, the Italian girl, and the group is closing. They're all very close once again, and Pelletier goes on to the final corner, takes all the slipstream on Roberta Lesca for 4th place. She takes all the slipstream, but it's not enough, or maybe looks like it's not gonna be enough. She pulls now around the inside. Let's see if she's gonna break out. No, she stays in 5th place. And Roberta Lesca has to defend once again for the 3rd place. Come stavo dicendo appunto, Alessandro, questa sera è la prima volta per lui in cabina di commento, si è già ridotto allo switch in italiano.
No.
Stasera sta faticando, stiamo faticando un po' tutti in realtà, perché questa sera abbiamo avuto un po' di problemi, ma non importa. Adesso torniamo e ci riswitchiamo nella lingua madre. Comunque torneremo dopo per altre ispezioni in italiano. So, we are back now in English. We had a little chat with our Italian viewers because we didn't do it before. And as I was saying, like in Italian, this is the first time for Alessandro Caccioli here in the director zone. So he's gone to Italian because he was struggling. No, okay, I'm joking. He's done a very nice job also with the director there. Be careful because Alessandro Lesca is very close to Chiara Camoriano and takes now around the inside of this corner. We will see. But no, Chiara Camoriano breaks really late, but she goes wide. So Roberta Lesca might take the inside and the position. No! she stays behind Chiara Camoriano, and as I was saying, be careful because they had a contact, the two teammates, in the previous round, so be careful because the air is quite hot right here.
Yeah, at the first eye, I think that these two BMW are different with the setup. I think that Pelletier is now losing something on the sorry, Roberta, not Pelletier. My bad. Is losing something on the straight because I think that she has a more downloading car. But now we have Roberta, Pelletier, and Austin that are so near in the main straight of the 5th lap, I think. We are here. Sorry, third lap.
Ooh, they're all very close, and it's incredible because we haven't seen in the previous round such a great amount of battle in the first few laps, and looks like that we have a huge snake of cars, so they're all very close in terms of performance. Be careful because now we have Witcher, Selene Witcher, who goes round the inside on Bochenska, take that 8th place. With great overtake by the BMW on the Ferrari, who stays in 9th place and is gonna be attacked also by Lee in 10th place. And as I was saying, Alessandro, apart from Olia Azzo and Real Palma, who are flying away from the opposition, we are seeing a great battle for 3rd place with a lot of drivers that are able to take it.
Absolutely, Eduardo. There are a lot of drivers. Actually, are 5 drivers fighting for the 3rd place, and we have Pelletier again very near to Roberta Lesca. Now she takes the inside, but Roberta again she goes away. Probably these drivers are losing a lot when they are when they are under the pressure of the driver behind. We have seen a lot of late break in this turn, so actually it's difficult to overtake in a situation like this, Eduardo.
Yeah, it's very difficult to overtake in this track. I mean, the main spot is maybe the long straight in the middle sector after the detection of the first sector. But be careful because Josie Austin is flying on Pelletier. Looks like she's gonna try to overtake in every corner possible. And Oliato again, fastest lap 1:55.4. She's absolutely flying away from everyone. And Roberta Lesca, who was the driver, the favorite driver, I mean the main spot with the absence of Saradov, is not is not going so quick as we expected, because 6 seconds of advantage Oliatro on Rea Palma and 5 seconds Rea Palma on Chiara Camoriano. So Roberta Lesca is struggling in this first in the beginning of this race. We will see if she will improve her lap times to gain at least the podium place, but of course there's not an incredible start by the Italian driver.
Exactly, Eduardo, exactly. Now I think that we can switch again with Oleato. It's actually in the first position at the 4th lap. She gains 5 seconds and a half from the second. So what a driver, Eduardo.
Yeah, she's absolutely flying with the fastest lap, and to be honest, I didn't expect such a performance by her, because she's currently, let me take the standing, she's currently Oliato. Okay, I'll take a while to see where she's in the championship standings, because I can't see her. By the way, she's 17th. She's
Exactly.
17th, and that's why I'm surprised about her performance. Because contacts again on Roberta Lesca with Pelletier, who crashes into her. Luckily, she managed to hold the car and not to go into a spin, but once again a contact between Roberto Lesca and another driver, who is gonna be attacked Pelletier also by Josie Austin. Josie Austin's very close, goes now through the final corner, who makes a different line to gain as much speed as she can to maybe launch her car in the inside of turn 1, but it's not gonna be enough with Roberta Lesca, who is trying to go away from Jessica Pelletier, Alissa Pelletier, sorry, in 5th place. Today I'm struggling with the names, it's incredible. Either way, is struggling also Pelletier because Josie Austin is very close right now. She takes all the slipstream, she says hi on the inside, maybe she's gonna try something impossible right here. No, she doesn't, but be careful, cause also Johnson breaks really late and almost crashes into Josie Austin in 6th place. Anything changes, so we're going through the longest straight, and we will see if something changes. With Pierce and Edwards are battling for 11th place, then behind, and they're doing again different lines, but looks like Colini, oh my god, Edwards take that 11th place. That's incredible today with the names. It's something unbelievable because it's the first time I comment this championship and I know the names, but this evening I'm struggling to put in the right place.
Yeah. Remaining on the topic of the different line on the track, I think that these guys, these girls tonight are using a lot of out part of this track. We have so a lot of. In the meantime, we have Pierce. I think that she's gaining on Edwards, the 11th place. What an overtake, but we can come back on the 6th position with Austin on the Porsche, following Pelletier that is on the BMW, number 737 for her.
Yeah, she's getting closer to Pelletier in 5th place. The car 137 and the car 737, they are very similar, the two numbers of the car, but the cars are very different from each other, with Josie Austin who's taking all the slipstream to try and gain as many time as possible to take that 5th place at least. Then I'm looking to the standing and apart from that, whoa, it's Josie Austin who goes around the outside. Maybe a mistake by Pelletier right there in the first sector who takes right now Josie Austin the 5th place, the top 5 of this race. Let's see if Pelletier can answer to this incredible attack by Josie Austin, even if I think that Jessica made a little mistake right there because she was too slow.
Yeah, a quarter of hour is past at the moment, and we have already saw a lot of overtake and a lot of situation on this track. I would like to show to the spectator and to the viewers of this evening the delta from the first, because actually from the first and between the first and this 5th place there are already 16 seconds and a half improving. So Eduardo, we are seeing a very different kind of drivers, with the 2-1 that are probably on the other world. They have a very different way to drive, and they are lot improving their lap again.
Yeah, as I said before, I'm really surprised about the performance of Olia Atok, because Rhea Palma, Chiara Camoriano and Roberta Lescar are 3 protagonists of this championship. Apart from
there is a yellow flag.
Yeah,
It's Pelletier. She lose a lot of position. Actually, is on 10th position. She were on the 6th one, and now she needs to regain a lot. We have Witcher and Johnson again on the battle. This is the main straight going through the first corner, left and right, a chicane. Witcher on the right side, on the outside, and she lose the position again. She now in 7th position, already with a half a second of distance from Johnson. So we are seeing a very different battles, I think, from the other championship, because they lose and they gain a lot of seconds in very short time, I think.
Yeah, and also this track is very different from the other ones, because if you make wrong line on these corners, then you lose a lot of time, like we've seen in qualifying by the drivers who made a mistake. Maybe they had 8/10 of advantage, then you make a corner in the wrong way, and then you lose all your advantage. And now be careful, because
Natalie Lee in 9th place is very, very close to Bochenska for 8th. She takes all the slipstream right now, but she goes now in the final sector, who is very technical, so it's unlikely to see an overtake right here. Maybe she'll have to study the rival in front and maybe try an overtake on the main straight or maybe the long one with the DRS zone, even if there is no DRS in this category. There maybe that's the main spot for an overtake. And as I was saying before about the performance of Oleator, Alessandro, I think that Rhea Palma, Chiara Camorano, Roberta Lesco, also Josie Olsen, and then they're all protagonists of this championship, but I haven't seen, never, such a performance by Oleator, so I'm really surprised about her speed tonight, because she's gained 7 and more seconds on the second drive, and she's still gaining, so I'm really impressed by her, and she's doing an absolutely incredible job.
Yeah, I'm very surprised too, because if you explain this type of driver, I think that I'm surprised too with you. I hope she's going to make a very good race, but I kindly ask to you to stop talking about Ator, because in Italian we could say stiamo gufando. So wait a minute and come back to the 7th position with Witcher is now 2/10 from Johnson again.
Yeah, you were kind to say me to stop saying Oleato, because he was saying that I was giving her bad luck about the race, so I'm not gonna do it. But be careful, because Elaine Witcher goes now round the outside on Sarah Johnson, and now two drivers can't go on this corner, so any of them has to lift the throttle, but they go full throttle. They're going side by side once again, but now there is a car has gone wide right behind it, but though they're going side by side once again right here with Ellen Witcher, who doesn't want to give up, but now she has to give up. She stays behind with Johnson, who keeps that 6th place, but we are seeing an incredible battle, and I can't wait to see the next lap, because I think that Celine is gonna be even more aggressive than we've seen in this lap. But really well done by her, because that was very dangerous to keep the line right there, and she's done it. Wow, that's incredible. She's done it even if it was dangerous.
Eduardo, look at the overlay of the top 3 fastest lap at the moment. We have Oleator as well in the first position, but look at Rhea Palma and Camoriano that are a second, near to the second, slower than Oleator. Actually, there is a gain of 7/10. So it's a very different way of Olia. But stop talking about Olia, because I think that we're going to
yeah, giving her bad luck.
I don't know to say in English, but in
Giving her
Italian it's
bad luck, I mean.
Okay, exactly.
By the way, be careful, because Ellen Witcher is once again very close to Sarah Johnson for 6th place, and looks like we're gonna see the same thing we've seen in the previous lap, but I think that Celine tonight and in this lap is gonna fully send it on Sarah Johnson. So let's see in a couple of seconds, because she's going now around the outside of Sarah Johnson, and she keeps the line. She brakes really late, and then Johnson has to stay behind, and Celine Witcher takes that 6th place with an incredible overtake round the outside. Really amazing, Alessandro.
Very amazing overtake. This is the first one we say from the we have seen from the start with a non-contact, I think, and no drivers out of the track. So very amazing overtake of Witcher. Now we have a normal situation, a stable situation. The nearest one is Lee to Bochenska, so I'm going to see her with the McLaren behind the Ferrari of Bochenska, Eduardo.
Yeah, she has a nice speed for being a McLaren. Lee in 9th place, but it's not gonna be enough to fully send it round the inside of turn 1 on the Ferrari driver, who is currently defended in 8th place. And after that, I'm looking to the sending bar. Be careful because it's very close here. Lee and goes now on the first few corners. That might help the McLaren to be faster than the Ferrari. And we will see if she will go into the long straight with a better line, with a better speed to try and attack the 8th place driver number 997 on the inside or the outside. She's a little bit far away. So as I was saying, Roberta Lesca is very close also for the podium place, and be careful, let's take a look on that 4th place with Roberta, who is very close again on her teammate. Let's remember contact between them in the final round, and she goes around the outside, out of the track also, and nothing to do. Chiara Camoriano defends that place, and it's gonna be a very difficult part of the race with Camoriano, who slides on that corner, but she managed to keep the car on track. But I think that the next few laps, also with Josie Austin, who closed the gap, are gonna be very, very exciting.
I think that Roberta loves at the moment the outrack of the corner and the outside, because she is going away on every overtake situation. But by the way, we have Austin also behind of Roberta, so near, and at the moment the top overtake is made by Austin with the 4 overtake from the start. So what has started, as we said, since now. By the way, come back with Roberta Lesca actually in between Camoriano and Austin. Behind we have Lee, 3/10, now 4th from Bocenska. We could have a double cam with Andrea Fretti, but tonight I think that Andrea is off because he's doing very great work on each live of the GDD Sim Racing TV. So tonight is off, Eduardo.
Yeah, he's absent like the championship leader tonight, but we're doing our job, and be careful because Josie Austin is very close again to Roberta Lesca, and this might be the driver we didn't expect for the battle for the podium, because Roberta Lesca was going on Camoriano, but Josie Austin now goes on Roberta Lesca around the outside. She goes full throttle. She didn't want to leave the place on Roberta Lesca, but she pulls around the inside again Roberta Lesca to defend that 4th place, and she managed to do that. Incredible defense by Roberta Lesca, but incredible pace by Josie Austin, who closed the gap again, and the battle for the podium might be now between 3 cars and not 2 anymore, with Chiara Camoriano, Roberta Lesca and Josie Austin, who are really fighting with all their heart to get at least the 3rd place.
Exactly, Eduardo. At the moment on the live streaming we haven't seen a poll of the evening, so I'm going to ask to Sara if she can make a poll before the end of the race, and we're going to see what what the viewers are thinking about of this race. And it's a stable situation, Eduardo. I talk I think 20 seconds before, and there were these 2 only possible overtake of Lesca and then Pelletier, Bocenska and Lee. So I don't know what to say, because it's very stable at the moment. But now Austin is very near, and there is the main straight of this track. Is very long. The turn will be on the right, so Austin is going to take the inside. Yes, she takes the inside, and now we're going to see what these drivers are going to do on the right corner. Austin is very is faster than Roberta Lesca. Roberta Lesca down on the outside, but no, it's the first time she closed the turn, and she completes the turn as well. So very good for the Nike. Roberta Lesca defends a lot the fourth position, and now there is we are near to the half of the race, so we are near to the 30 minutes of races.
Yeah, nice defense by Roberta Lesca, but Josie Austin is incredibly fast tonight, and we didn't expect that. We have seen she had the most amount of numbers of overtake from her starting grid position, so this might be the nice spot, but be careful because now she goes into the pits, Roberta Lesca, to do her pit stop, and now we will see how the things will change in the following minutes of the race. She's the first one to pit. Roberta Lesca with a BMW, maybe she was struggling on pace. We will see how she will manage to do her pit stop. And there is also Johnson, Pelletier and Lee who are doing their pit stop, so we will see how the strategy will change the race and maybe also the battle of this race, like you were saying, apart from two battles alive, there were anything, so maybe with the strategy something can happen. I really believe that, and also Riot goes into the pits right now.
Exactly, so this is the focus and the main moment of the race, the pit stop strategy. The weather is not changed, so we still have 21 and 22, so it's only changed by 1 degrees of temperature, and the drivers are going to change the tire, so this is going to be a very main moment of the race, the pit stop strategy that could change a lot the result of this race.
Yeah, we've seen also in the past that pit stop is one of the main part of the race and one of the most important one, like the start, for example, because anything can change with the strategy, like we have seen also in some other Italian championships. So we'll have to take a look on the position. So we remember that the green light next to the name of the drivers means that they've done the pit stop. So from 9th to 13th place, they have all done the pit stop like we've seen before, and from 1st place to 8th, they all have to do the pit stop before the end of the race. And all the odds are incredible. 10 seconds of advantage on Rea Palma. Unbelievable the pace that Olia is having tonight. And also Rea Palma is absolutely fine on Cara Camoriano with more than 10 seconds again on Cara Camoriano.
In the meantime, Eduardo, Sara has heard us, so there is a poll in the Twitch chat. Who will win the race? At the moment, there are 50 vote for Palma and 50% of vote for Camoriano. So it's a fight also in the chat. So guys, vote the winner of the race for you, and then we are going to start another poll on at the end of this race for the driver of the day. Olia Ator is still out.
Austin and Camoriano, sorry Alessandro, because there has been an overtake with Josie Austin who has gone on Chiara Camoriano. We have seen that Austin was very quick, also on the back of Roberta Lesca who has pit, so we will see now Josie Austin who takes the 3rd place of the podium. We will see after the pit stop where she's gonna be then, but of course we have lost the overtake. I don't know if we have the possibility to see the replay or not. Maybe we will know it later, but really nice overtake by Josie Austin. We haven't seen it, but she finally managed to take that 3rd place with Rea Palma, who's going right now into the pits, with Chiara Camoriano who goes into the pits and stays out Olia Ator.
Exactly, Oliator is making a very different strategy from the other drivers at the moment. 15 laps passed, 15 laps done for Oliator, and she stay out again. So I think that this is an overcut strategy. We can say this is an overcut strategy, but she has a lot of advantage from the other driver, so I think that it could be easy for her to make a good strategy at the moment.
Yeah, and take a look to the pit stop girls, because now we have to take a look also in the back, because with the change of position of the strategy, we might see some different order in these race standings. And currently Chiara Camoriano, who is passed now by Rea Palma, who is the first driver, the virtual first driver, with a pit stop, followed by Chiara Camoriano and Roberta Lesca, with Sarah Johnson in pits. So Josie Austin stays out again with Olia Ato, but the first driver with the pit stop is currently Rea Palma.
And attention Edoardo, because there is Roberta Lesca so near to Camoriano. Chiara Camoriano, sorry, is going to defend the 6th position to BMW in the fight, and to BMW of the same team, I think, Edoardo.
Yeah, they're once again fighting for the 5th place, who might be also higher with the pit stop of the 3 drivers in front. But of course, Roberta Lesca and Chiara Camoriano are fighting once again, like we've seen in the previous round, with Roberta Lesca, who goes now around the outside, takes all the slipstream and has an incredible speed, more than her teammate. We will see if Camoriano lets her teammates by, because it looks like she almost lifted the throttle. We will see, but I didn't expect that, because we've seen in the previous laps that they were fighting like a lion to defend that position and attack that position. But now looks like that Chiara Camoriano let Roberta Lesca by for 6th place. And be careful, because Oliato made her pit stop, and also Bocenska, so we will see the position. Oliato stays in front of Bocenska with the pit stop. Bocenska has still a long way to go before the pit exit, so we will have to wait the pit stop of Josie Austin and Selene Witcher. But looks like that Oliato, with the advantage she had before the pit stop, she will keep that place.
Exactly. I would like to keep you updated about the poll we have done on the Twitch chat. There is a winner is Rea Palma with 50% of vote, and then we have Ator and Camoriano at the same percent, 25% for them. Now there is a tricky situation. There is Bocenska. Is it Bocenska? Yes, it's Bocenska with the Ferrari. She went on the 10th position, exiting from the pit lane, and now Lee is very, very near to the BMW of Pierce. Is it correct, Eduardo? Pierce, I think?
Yes. Yes, it's very close to Pierce. We will see she will have a spot right after this corner.
Okay, no.
On the main straight. Maybe to try something different, and be careful, because there is also the pit stop of Josie Austin and Celine Witcher, so everyone has pitted, and we will see in a couple of seconds if anything changes. We are now Natalie Lee in 9th place, who takes all the slipstream, but might not be enough to gain that place. Now we are with Oliato, the leader, and we will see now if she will be able to take that first place that we expect she will regain, because of the advantage she had before the pit stop, that was around about 10 seconds of the 2nd place. And now she goes on to the main straight, but Celine Witcher and Josie Austin are still in the pit, so she will easily take that first place, and she does it right now with Celine Witcher and Josie Austin, who are still in the pits. But the battle was with Rea Palma, so not so much changed, and also I think she gained even more seconds than what we've seen before the pit stop.
And they are so near. There is Austin down on the inside of turn 1,
Ooh.
but Witcher said no. You can pass now. It's a very, very difficult overtake at the moment. We have Camoriano, we have Witcher and Austin in the battle for the third place. And actually, Austin has won this battle because she is on the third position. And they are going through the main straight, the longest straight of this track. We're going to see probably a Witcher gaining on Austin and Eduardo. Wow.
Yeah, might not be over before the end of this lap, because now Witcher takes all the slipstream on Josie Austin to try something different around the inside or around the outside. The slipstream is very powerful on this long straight, and Josie Austin defends the inside, but maybe is a little bit too far away. Selene Witcher, or maybe not, we will see. She goes now around the outside, but it's very difficult to overtake right there. But she goes around the outside and out of the track to take that place, but she has to stay behind on Josie Austin, who defends also the inside line, and anything to do to Selene Witcher with a great overtake by Josie Austin. Let's remember, she started, I think 9th, and she gained an incredible amount of position and places. Also on Chiara Camoriano and Roberta Lesca, who were fighting with Josie Austin before the pit stop, and after the pit stop Josie is far away, and also 8.2 seconds of advantage on Roberta Lesca, so she's doing an incredible race, Josie Austin, right now. It's gonna be very difficult to take the second place, but wow, she started 9th and she's on the podium right now. Incredible race by her till now.
Exactly, Eduardo. We have also 23 minutes for the end of the race, so it's not over. As you said, it's not over all. Austin has gained 6th position, Pierce 2 position, and Lee 2 position. They are so fighting for this race. It is the race of the overtake. And come back to the track, because Oliator is actually on the first position, 18 laps passed, and she made a very new, beautiful, I think, best lap, 1:55 on 4:10. This is the fastest lap of the race as well, and this is the fastest lap, I think, the lap record of the Women Championship.
Yeah, that's an incredible lap, and the gap between Arthur and Rhea Palmer is still increasing by nearly 15 seconds, and then Josie Austin, who is still attacked by Selene Witcher in the 3rd place, and maybe the battle is not over, because we've seen Josie Austin, who was very quick, even on Selene Witcher. She overtook very easily with a nice overtake, but be careful, because Selene Witcher goes around the inside right now, and she regains the 3rd place and the 3rd step of the podium on Josie Austin, who tries to defend and to answer immediately to Selene to regain that 3rd place. She goes now around the outside, but then the line goes around the inside, and we will see if anyone will lift the throttle or not. Looks like not, because Josie Austin goes around the inside again, but she tries against Selene Witcher to regain that 3rd place, and looks like she's gonna do it, but Josie doesn't want to give up, and they go now onto the final corner side by side on the main straight with Selene Witcher, who lift the throttle to take all the slipstream on Josie Austin and try to retake that place, braking really late. Let's see, round the inside, round the outside of turn 1. Looks like she goes round the inside, and she pulls the brake. She brakes really late and regains the 3rd place in the beginning of this 19th lap of the race, and Josie Austin is still very close to Selene Witcher, very close to Selene Witcher. She wants to respond now, but she can't. She stays behind with an incredible answer by Selene Witcher, who has been overtaken by Josie Austin a few laps before, but nothing to do, because Selene regained that 3rd place. What an incredible battle, Alessandro.
Wow, it's amazing to see these girls fighting so fair with others, and I think it's incredible. This race, probably the best race of the championship as well, Eduardo.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't expect such an incredible amount of battle in this track because in the motorsport history we know Paul Ricard like one of the most boring tracks, but I think it is one of the most exciting races of the season. So I disagree in this occasion about this circuit. We've seen an incredible amount of battle between these incredible girls and with a lot of aggressive moves, something we didn't expect before the first race of the season, but then we have met all the drivers and we have understood that there is no difference between boys and girls about the aggressiveness on the battles. But be careful, because once again Josie Austin is close again to Selene Witch in the final sector of the Paul Ricard circuit. And be careful, because also Chiara Camoriano is closing the gap to join the battle for third place, and looks like in these 19 minutes we will see a lot of excitement. So Alessandro, I will take a break and I will switch in Italian for a while to our Italian viewers that I'm seeing they are chatting into the live chat. So buonasera, facciamo un piccolo switch anche in italiano giusto per fare un saluto anche ai ragazzi che stanno commentando dalla chat. Perché commentano in inglese? Perché essendo un campionato internazionale la lingua base è appunto l'inglese, poi facciamo qualche switch per sia per appunto dare spazio anche agli spettatori italiani, anche per riposarci un po' noi non essendo la nostra lingua madre. Comunque abbiamo visto Aleator che nonostante la sosta rimane in prima posizione con 16 secondi di vantaggio su Rea Parma e 16 altrettanti, quasi 17 su Selene Witcher, ma la battaglia per il podio è apertissima con Josie Austin che ha fatto fino ad ora una gara stupenda e ha battagliato ad armi pari con il coltello tra i denti con Selene Witcher. La battaglia non è ancora finita perché può provare qualcosa adesso all'esterno, si prende tutta la scia di Selene in terza posizione, ci va all'esterno ancora e allora vediamo se potrà provare qualcosa di impossibile come ha fatto prima. Non lo fa, rimane alle spalle di Selene Witcher, va addirittura fuori dalla pista, ma niente da fare ancora una volta. E comunque si sta unendo alla festa anche Chiara Camoriano in quinta posizione per questo terzo gradino del podio, con Roberta Lesca che dopo il pit stop ha perso qualcosina. Alessandro.
Sì, esatto Edoardo, abbiamo visto una prima parte di gara forse più stabile rispetto a questa seconda parte. Dopo sappiamo ormai che le gare vengono divise sempre a metà dalla strategia, quindi dal pit stop. Una seconda parte che finora ci sta regalando veramente non poche soddisfazioni, un duello per la terza posizione mozzafiato, ma anche nelle retrovie ovviamente non possiamo inquadrare tutti nello stesso momento, ma stiamo osservando anche degli scambi di posizione e dei guadagni anche per di lì, per cui Edoardo una classifica questa sera veramente bizzarra. Le carte in tavola si possono scambiare. Intanto attenzione perché Austin sta di nuovo tentando azioni di disturbo nei confronti di Witcher. Probabilmente si sta preparando a un nuovo sorpasso, se lo sta studiando Edoardo.
Sì, allora tornerei in inglese perché qui la battaglia sembrerebbe essere ancora aperta. So we'll switch back to English because looks like that Josie Austin and Selene Witcher haven't finished the battle they started in the previous laps, and like we've said before, also Chiara Camoriano is closing the gap to fight and to join the fight for the third place of the podium, while Oliato gained at least 17 seconds on Rea Palma and 17 seconds also Rea Palma on Selene Witcher. But looks like the third step of the podium is not crystallized in this final part of the race that is starting now with 16 minutes. But be careful because Josie Austin now again takes all the slipstream on Selene Witcher. We will see she goes round the side, round the outside, she goes round the outside once again, but some of them has to leave the throttle, and is again Josie Austin who didn't want to risk her position because the battle for third place is very still open. Maybe she knows she has a little better pace than Selene Witcher, but looks like they are very close to each other even in terms of pace. Maybe the Porsche is faster in the driving zone, and maybe the BMW is faster in the straight, because even when Austin overtook Witcher some laps before, then Witcher had the pace to answer to Josie.
Exactly, Eduardo. I'm observing the time lap per lap of all of the drivers, and I would like to say to all that Oleator is pushing a little bit. No, not pushing. Is managing a little bit because she lost about a second and a half from the fastest lap. So actually, she's in a position of. Okay, I'm the leader, and I need to take the car, to bring the car to the checkered flag. So she's driving like in the in a city, like when we go through the for the holiday. And we are observing again Austin, which actually is the only one fight with Lee and Pierce, but I think that Austin is going to prepare a new overtake in the next lap.
Yeah, the main two battles we are seeing in this final 13 minutes remaining of this race are for third place between Josie Austin and Selene Witcher, with Chiara Camariano, who lost a bit of time in terms of her main rival in fourth and third place, and then also Lee and Peace, who are fighting for 8th place, but there is a nice battle also between them. We'll see how we'll finish higher before the end of the race. And I'd like to ask you, Alessandro, because now we are in a balanced part of the race. Have you ever tried this car? I don't know if you have driven them or not, but did you try them?
This car, no, but these tracks, yes, because we had a lot of races of MKE championship in the past year with the Formula 1 of 2018, 2019 and 2020. And then the 2021 I was in trouble to maintain a very normal drive, but no worries. In the meantime, Pelletier had a yellow flag. Probably she had a little mistake or little contact. We didn't see it. And Austin is actually 8/10 from Witcher, but Lee is 7/10 to Pierce.
Yeah, and from the chat, I'm looking to the job was done Sara, our Sara Camilleri, who created a poll with Vote Your Driver of the Day, with all the possibility, so you can vote your driver of the day. I was going to vote Austin, but there's no the possibility because it's not selected. By the way, I'd say that for now my driver of the day is Josie Austin because of the amount of overtakes she has done, the strategy, the great strategy she has done, because she overtook Roberta Lesca and Chiara Camoriano into the pits, the amount of speed she had, and I think she won the award about the most amount of overtakes. There are maybe 6, if I remember correctly, Alessandro.
Of MK?
No, I was saying about the overtakes that has done Austin.
Yes, stand by 1 minute. We have the overlay. Austin 5th overtake at the moment, not 6th.
Oh, I remember 6th, maybe. Because she was on the podium before.
Okay,
Yeah,
exactly.
okay.
She were on the 3rd position. Actually, she is on the 1st position.
Well, and Pelletier lost also 12th place. She goes now into 13th. Not the best race to remember by the BMW driver number 737. And now we are still with Josie Austin in 5th place, battling again for this podium place, defended by Selene Witcher, driver number 66, who has done an incredible job once again. I think that both Witcher and Austin have defended an incredible... They are the main protagonists, I mean, of the race, with Odiato, who is currently dominating these rounds, but the battle we have seen before between Selene Witcher and Josie Austin is something incredible, really fair and really well made. We will see if before the end of the race there's gonna be another battle between them or not, but of course Josie Austin is still less than a second to Celine in third place, so anything can happen, Alessandro.
Absolutely, sim racing and motorsport in the past year is always has been always how can I say, improbabile. It's oh, vabbè, no worries. We can switch again with the commentate of the third position, because I'm suffering of the I'm a little tired at the moment. I had a very busy day, so I'm suffering that.
It's your first time in here
English,
commenting
yeah,
the
exactly.
championship, so you're a little bit nervous. I can feel you. I remember my first time commenting this championship, the round one. I was I was struggling in the beginning, and also in the end, the first round wasn't one of the easiest ones. So I understand your feeling. Don't worry, anything happens. But the battle looks like now Celine has increased a bit the gap between her and Josie Austin, and be careful because here there is a battle with St. Pierce, Lee and Johnson. Johnson, who is struggling a bit but still defending once again, trying something different on Lee for 8th place, with Lee, who goes into the pits. I think it's Lee. Yeah, it's Lee. Maybe some kind of problem. There is a contact maybe with that damaged her car. That's something we didn't expect. Maybe a wrong calculation of fuel, I don't know, but something happened on her car, so she has to do another pit. Really not the best, because she was doing a very nice race, and she was battling also for 8th place, so something she didn't want for sure.
We are going now in a very established situation, because no overtake are expected at the moment, or of gaps are over the second. So it will be, I think, 8 minutes of stable version of this race. Only
Yeah.
Austin. No,
Oh,
I always.
Buchenska.
We need
Oh,
to.
something
We need
happened.
to shut up. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that Johnson made a mistake, because she's losing 3 seconds, and there may be a huge mistake by her, but she's still losing a lot on the main straight. On Buchenska, 4.3, 4.4, maybe a problem, a mechanical problem on Sarah Johnson, who's losing 1 second, more than 1 second on the straight. Yeah, some kind of mechanical problem for the driver number 888. So everything, and Sarah Johnson again, a yellow flag. Yeah, she has a mechanical issue. We will see if she will be able to finish the race. And be careful, because also Riot overtook Edwards for 12th place. The race was balanced, but anything is happening in this final 7 minutes remaining. So we'll have to take a look on every position of this race, with Johnson, who's still losing time, 11.6, 12 seconds. So yeah, an incredible problem for Sarah Johnson, who was doing a very nice race, and it looks like a mechanical one. We will see before the end of the race if she will be able to finish the race. Maybe a mistake on the fuel, and she will be managing maybe the final fuel remaining to maintain it before the end of this race. And now we are with Marine Edwards in 12th place, who is closing the gap to Riot, but then Riot has gone 1.2 in front of Edwards, but now again 7/10, so anything can happen before the end. And then I think that Josie Austin gave up on the third place of the podium, because the gap now is 1.7, 1.8, 1.9, so maybe Austin gave up on that third place, with Lee that overtake Sarah Johnson, who is struggling, but she doesn't go into the pits, so maybe, yeah, I think I can confirm that this is a mechanical problem by Sarah.
See, exactly, Eduardo. I would like to give to Olia Ator an onboard or an external camera, because we do not did that before. since the race starts. So I think that it's the time to give some to Oliator. So I don't know if you prefer an onboard, because also an onboard of the entire lap hasn't been seen before.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so we are here in the onboard lap, main straight, the longest straight of the track. Then will be a right turn. We have Oliator that she's waving. I think that she has a lot of gap that she can wave as she wish. And okay, this is an onboard of Oliator, the leader of this race.
Yeah, that's incredible. 24 seconds of advantage on Rhea Palma in second place. That's an absolutely domination by Oliator, and maybe she's Saradov, and we don't know. She just wrote the wrong name on the standings. No, I'm joking, because this is an incredible domination by her. Something we've seen from the championship leader Saradov, and now Olia today is doing something incredible we haven't seen before. And be careful, because Pelletier again yellow flag, but Johnson is being overtaken also by Riot and Edwards. So yeah, problems that we've seen before are confirmed once again, but she's still losing. So maybe, I don't know if she will be able to finish the race. We will see in a couple of minutes right now, because the 4 minutes remaining to the end of this French Grand Prix 2022 of the Women Championship by Team Racing Point. And apart from that, the poll of the driver of the day has been closed, and Rhea Palma is voted driver of the day, who is currently in second place with 9.3 seconds of advantage on Celine.
So we can make a little switch again on the back for Edwards. That actually, not Edwards, sorry, Austin is gaining. She's gaining a lot on Witcher. Probably a final attack for the third position, and it's not stable, the gap. It was 1 second, a second before, and now is near to the 2 seconds. So it could be a final fight for the third position. Lot of yellow flag at the moment. Oliator is still on the first position. The yellow flag are on the back of the leaderboard at the moment. Pelletier, she
goes into the pits,
exactly.
So race to forget. Maybe she could still end the race to gain some points, because we have a lot of absences today, and maybe every point is important. And I will take the championship standing, because today with the I don't want to say it before the end of the race, but if the race finishes like this, Oliato will gain a lot of points in terms of the championship standings, and might gain also some places on the standings. With Chiara Camoriano, who is 5th today, and she's second in the standings with 380 points. Bochenska is 8th place, so she's 3rd in the standings, but Selen Wiche, who is 3rd today and he's 4th in the championship standings, might take a great amount of points and maybe regain that 2nd place in the standings. So we will have to make some math calculations, but of course the battle for the 2nd place in the standings is really opened, because we have Chiara Camoriano with 380, Beata Bochenska with 375, Selen Wiche with 370, Rhea Palma with 369, and Egda Rangsete with 368. So the battle is opened, and of course in the final round anything can happen for the 2nd place of the standings.
Yes, it's probably going to be the final lap after that of Olia Ator. Now we have a minute and a half remaining of the race. It's enough to make another lap for the leader. And yes, we're going to see what Olia Ator is going to do. Actually, from the onboard, I saw that all of the drivers are in trouble on the turn 5, that is the right turn, the main turn we have saw a lot in this night, and on which we have seen a lot of overtake as well.
Yeah, looks like it's not one of the easiest track for this kind of cars. Also because of that corners, really long corners. Maybe we've seen also in qualifying the drivers who used to lose the rear of the car, and in the race with the higher level of fuel maybe is even more difficult. But we haven't seen so many mistakes, to be honest, compared to the previous round. So really well done by these drivers who have been very close in terms of performance to each other compared to the previous rounds. Also in the first few parts of the track, because also the beginning of the race we have seen a lot of battles, and also in the last few laps we've seen nice battles. So with after 1 hour of race, it hasn't been boring at all, I think.
Absolutely. It's sure that is the final lap. We have
Yeah.
heard from the race director that is the final lap of Oliato. 30 laps in 1 hour in Paul Ricard. I think that also this is a record because this is the first championship. We remind you of drivers, all girls. So it's a different way to see the sim racing, a different way to live the sim racing. We have saw 4 rounds before that were very, very tricky, very, very with a lot of fight and with very aggressive drivers as well. Tonight we have seen a different view of these races. We have seen a lot of overtake, a lot of fair overtake, and this is very incredible. This is very beautiful of this championship. But Eduardo, I'm going to give you the war for the final corner of Roberta Lesca. Eduardo, sorry,
it's
of
incredible
Oliato.
because, Oliato has done all incredibly right today, and she's going to take the checkered flag. And Oliato wins the French Grand Prix, the 5th round of the Women's Championship, in front of Rhea Palmer with 24 seconds of advantage. Incredible domination by Oliato, who is the first driver, apart from Sarah Dove, to win a race in the Women's Championship 2022 organized by Team Racing Point. And now, let's take a look on Rhea Palmer, who has done a nice race, the second fastest, and takes the checkered flag right now in front of Selene Witch, who has done an incredible battle with Josie Austin for 3rd place, but Celine takes the 3rd place, the final step of the podium. Josie Austin takes the checkered flag again now, with an incredible race by her, my driver of the day, because she started 9th and she was really close to the podium steps. So really well done to Josie Austin. 5th place for Chiara Camoriano, the BMW driver, followed by Roberta Lesca. Roberta Lesca, very bad race by her. No performance in qualifying, no performance in race. Such a disappointing round for the Italian driver. 7th place for Pierce, the 3rd BMW driver in a row, from 5th, 6th and 7th. Number 78. Pierce take that 7th place. Bochenska take the 8th one with Lee, that is 16 seconds behind. The driver 997 of the Ferrari goes now Lee in the final few corners of the French Grand Prix with her McLaren, and takes the checkered flag. And 10th place for Riot on the other Ferrari. He's 10 seconds behind Lee, and the top 10 is right there. Really, really nice race. So let's take a little spot and then we are back for the interviews.
As a child, you would wait and watch from far away, but you always knew that you'd be the one that would while they all play. And you'd lay awake at night and scheme of all the things
Signore e signori, buonasera e bentornati su GDD Sim Racing TV. Qua in
Buonasera
cabina
signore e signori, buonasera amici di GDD Sim Racing TV.
Siamo qui per un evento molto particolare organizzato da URT.
Io sono Edoardo Pavoni e questa sera vi accompagnerò appunto per questo Gran Premio di
può essere Polla questa! Ed è Polla! Divento di più!
termine della qualifica e lo fa subito. Pole position 1.57, 369. Rifila.
Vediamo, ed è pole position 54 257.
Cosa arriva adesso sul traguardo? Provò per rimanere secondo.
Clemente è partito molto bene, è partito anche Nossa, anche prende subito la scia.
Si parte bandiera verde. Si parte bandiera verde, adesso Sartor è quasi affiancato, ma un buonissimo spunto di
Francesco acquista pace, percorre il rettilineo, inizia a spanalare.
Kevin Taddei vince Christmas Event GDD Sim Racing TV.
And welcome back to the fifth round of the Women Championship 2022 by Team Racing Point. Alessandro, we've seen an amazing race here in Port Ricard from the beginning to the end. Not so many drivers tonight, but the battle was really exciting from the beginning to the end. So, what do you think about it before the interviews?
Exactly, it was a very amazing races instead of the 13 drivers, drivers that we had in the track tonight. So we have seen very beautiful overtakes, a very strategy management of the all drivers tonight. We have seen first part of the race before the pit stop that was a little bit stable, and then after the girls have made all of the pit stop strategy, there were a very overtake zone for an overtake moment for all of drivers.
Yeah, so we'll ask some questions to the drivers on the podium. Unfortunately, we can't ask anything to Oliato, the winner of the race, because she can't be here with us tonight here in the interviews. So we'll switch to the second place, Rea Palma. Buonasera Rea.
Ciao, buonasera a tutti.
A volte mi dimentico che sei italiana perché è un nome molto particolare, infatti ti stavo chiamando già Rea, però sei con noi, quindi buonasera, anzitutto complimenti per questa seconda posizione. Oggi Oli aveva un passo incredibile, ma anche tu hai fatto un capolavoro di difesa, perché se non ricordo male avevi 10 secondi dal terzo classificato, quindi dalla terza classificata o meglio, quindi grandissima gara da parte tua oggi, con l'assenza poi di Sara tra l'altro, quindi era importante oggi.
Sì, innanzitutto faccio tanti complimenti all'Ator, è imprendibile. I primi giri, diciamo già dal secondo giro, sono andate in modalità tranquilla. Pensavo un pochino al discorso campionato, quindi ho detto non vale la pena, faccio la mia gara, vado con calma, tanto lei aveva un passo veramente forte, quindi sono andata, ecco, così un pochino più tranquilla per non sbagliare e quindi portare a casa finalmente il mio primo podio in questo campionato.
Sì, hai fatto veramente una bellissima gara, costante, pulita, non è nessun errore, quindi veramente al di là di Olia che oggi era veramente velocissima, considerando l'assenza di Sara hai fatto quello che dovevi fare, un'ottima seconda posizione e podio che sarebbe arrivato anche prima, quindi meritatissimo e complimenti per la tua gara. Ci vediamo allora all'ultima, tra l'altro, che sarà una 2 ore, quindi tostina, eh?
Sì, sì, è molto molto tosta, però devo dire che anche questa è stata abbastanza tosta, non conoscevo assolutamente il tracciato, in una settimana l'ho dovuto imparare, mi sono messa sotto, ci sono andata giù pesante per portare a casa il risultato e sono contenta veramente di esserci riuscita. Anzi, ringrazio tutti quelli che mi hanno aiutato, i ragazzi del team che mi hanno aiutato ogni giorno a imparare questa benedetta pista, tutti quanti, Michele, tutti i ragazzi, Valentina, tutti.
Complimenti, allora Rea, ci vediamo all'ultimo round tra 2 settimane, saranno 2 ore molto impegnative, però speriamo che possa essere un bellissimo finale di stagione, complimenti.
Grazie, ma sicuramente lo sarà. Il campionato è stato bellissimo, quindi sarà sicuramente bellissima anche l'ultima.
Anche da parte nostra condivido completamente. So we will switch back in English once again to say hello to the third place finisher, Celine Witcher. Good evening, Celine.
Hello.
Really, really well done. Nice performance for you, because third place today with the absence of Sarajov is a really important result in terms of the championship standings and the championship points. So really well done. We've seen also a nice battle with Josie Austin. Then we will ask to also her point of view. But before, I want to see your point of view and if you're satisfied with your performance today.
Satisfied for the most part. Had a little bit of trouble there on lap 1, and I do apologize to Josie for that. Had other than that lap 1, managed to execute the race pretty much as we wanted. We had really good pace today, and obviously congratulations to Olia with the win, and Ria especially. She and I kind of had a rough race at a couple weeks ago at Nürburgring, so it's good to see her doing well as well. And thanks to Josie for the lovely battles again this week, and also thanks to all the people over at Turn 1 for supporting the Valkyries.
Yeah, we've seen a big shunt to turn 1, and something changed also for the race. We've seen then, and we can't forget the battle between you and Josie. Really clean one. We've seen some kind of overtakes where we didn't expect to see them. So really well done, Celine, and congratulations for your third step of the podium.
Thank you.
And so I'd like to ask some questions also to Josie Austin tonight, voted by myself driver of the day. So good evening, Josie.
Hi, buona serata a tutti e grazie.
Buonasera a te, Josie, grazie a te, and really well done. I mean, you have won the award of the most amount of overtakes tonight. Ooh. Because you started 9th, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, that's right. I didn't have the best qualifying pace. I did make a couple of mistakes. I might have had a better lap in the pocket, but the field was really close as well. The top 10 was separated by almost exactly 1 second, so a small improvement would have done me better, but I was okay starting where I was, and yeah, eventually managed to work my way up a little bit, had decent pace, had a pretty good work on the strategy, so I managed to jump a couple of drivers that I was close to before the stops and get clear of them. Celine managed to clear me, so yeah, we had a really fantastic fight on pit exit, which was great, and yeah, just a really interesting fight. Eventually Celine just got a bit too quick for me, and I was on my last track limit warning, so I decided not to push quite so hard and just settle for 4th place. But yeah, very happy with that result still. Very much enjoyed my driving, much better than last time at the Nürburgring. I really felt good about it today.
Yeah, you have done an amazing race, and as I said before to Celine, an incredible battle with her. We're very fair, and in some kind of points of the circuit where we didn't expect such a battle. Nobody wanted to lift the throttle, and anything happened, no contact, so really well done, we enjoyed it a lot. At the end we thought you were gonna answer to Celine, but then I've said maybe she gave up, and if you say now to me that you were on the last track limit warning, I also understand why. So really well done for 4th place, a strong performance also in terms of the championship because of the absence of Sarah Dove, obviously today, but really well done for your performance, and thank you for the battle you gifted to us.
Oh, you're most welcome. I love putting on a good show anytime.
Thank you, Josie, really well done. Alessandro, so if you have any question to our podium drivers or to Josie tonight.
I think that it's all. We have seen a very beautiful race tonight, and it's amazing every time I think to commentate a race like that. But we are going to end again alive. It's almost 35 past 22 in Italy, so it's 35 past 10. Guys, thank you very much for have seen again this channel. Do not forget to subscribe the channel and to follow us through the next event that we are going to face in. We have we have a live also tomorrow with the WTPC of Propulse Gaming, the second qualification round, and then we have also the other events like every week. Thank you very much to Eduardo, thank you very much to all of you, thank you very much for all of drivers tonight. Eduardo, if you have anything to say, go, because
just remember that in 2 weeks' time we have the finale of the Women's Championship 2022 in Spa. We will have 2 hours of race, so a marathon in the end of this championship. So we can't wait to be there and to finish this amazing season. I'll switch a little bit to Italian, also to Italian viewers. Allora, siamo arrivati alla fine di questo round, quinto round, penultimo round del Women Championship 2022. Vi ricordiamo i nostri appuntamenti domani con il VTPC, seconda gara di qualificazione, poi mercoledì con il Winter Championship. Ci vedremo anche giovedì con il campionato AM di assetto corsa competizione per quanto riguarda l'ACI, e tra 2 settimane ci rivedremo sempre qui lunedì per commentare l'ultima gara del The Women Championship 2022, che sarà una maratona perché saranno 2 ore di gara a Spa, quindi non potrete assolutamente mancare, per cui io ringrazio ancora una volta tutti voi che avete seguito questo penultimo round, ringrazio i piloti, o meglio le pilotesse, ringrazio Alessandro Caccioli dalla regia che questa sera ha sostituito Andrea Fretti, ma ha fatto un ottimo lavoro sia in quanto a regia che commento. Ringrazio anche le nostre ragazze, thank you girls for being here tonight and for the battle you gifted to us. So, da GDD è tutto, buonanotte.
Buonanotte a tutti ragazzi.